this new concept, still under equations as a subject. We are into word problems that leads to fractions. Word problems leading to fractions. The first question we have says that a retailer bought X number of a certain goods for 6,720 naira. Maybe the man or the woman, the retailer, bought a certain quantity of orange or guava or electronics, but the question did not tell us what goods he or she bought. They just said that he bought a certain number of goods for 6,720 naira. Now the question is asking us that we should calculate the unit price of the goods in terms of X. Unit price means the price of one item. For instance, if the man had bought 200 pieces of whatever goods he bought, now the unit price will now be the price of one of those goods he bought for that certain amount of money. That means, answering question A, unit price means the price for the whole number of goods divided by the number of goods that price was able to buy. The total price for which that certain number of goods was bought is 6,720. 6,720 naira. Then divided by the number of the goods. Remember the question said a certain retailer bought X number. So if you divide 6,720 by X, whatever you get is in naira, and that is the unit price. That puts an end to question number A. Then number B. Question number B says that assuming each goods costs 960 naira, calculate the value of X. It is the other way of telling you that assuming the unit price is 960 naira. So if the unit price is 960 naira and you want to now calculate the number of goods actually the retailer bought, that means you are going to equate 660 naira to the unit price. That will give us 6,720 divided by X, which is the unit price, will now be equal to the value we have that they gave us, which is 960. If you divide it by 1, that is having it in fraction form, you can cross multiply. This means cross multiplication, not the abbreviation to centimeters. 1 times 6,720 will leave you with 6,720. Now is equal to, it's going to be equal to X times 960 will give you 960X. Now divide both sides by 960 so as to eliminate 960 from the right hand side of the equation. When you do that, you're going to have in the left hand side of the equation 6720 divided by 960. It will now be equal to X. So you can divide out the zeros. So you'll be left with 672 divided by 96. Use your calculator. 672 divided by 96. 96 is equal to 7. So 7 becomes the value of X. That means that retailer bought 7 pieces of that goods. He knows the goods he bought, I don't know. But from our calculation now, we have discovered that that certain number of goods he or she bought was actually 7 in number. The second question says, a basket of orange weighs 56 kilograms. Then we are asked to calculate the number of oranges in the basket if the average weight of an orange is 1 whole number 3/5 kilograms. Now, they say a basket of orange. That means there is a certain number of oranges in the basket, but we don't know. And that is exactly what the question wants us to calculate. So you start the question by saying, let the number of oranges in the basket let it be represented by a letter X. Now, if X is the number of oranges in the basket, and they say that that basket of orange weighs 56 kilograms, that means the weight of one of the oranges is going to be 56 kilograms divided by the number of oranges, which is X. That means 56 divided by the number of oranges, which is X, is the average weight of orange. And the question told you that the average weight of the orange is 1 whole number 3/5. So you can equate it to 1 whole number 3/5 kilograms. When you have this, change this mixed fraction to an improper fraction. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 to give you 8. So your equation is now going to boil down to 56 all over x is equal to, instead of 1 whole number 3/5, you have 8/5. 8/5. At this level, you can cross multiply. X times 8 will give you 8x. And it's going to be equal to 5 times 56. 5 times 6 is 30. Write 0, carry 3. 5 times 5 is 25 plus 3 to give you 28. So you have 280. If you divide both sides by 8 so as to eliminate 8 from the left-hand side, you'll be left with only x in the left-hand side, and the right-hand side of the equation will become 280 divided by 8. You can divide out. 2 can divide it to give you 4. Divide it to give you 14. That's 140. 2 can go again. You have 2. 2 divide 140, you have 70. 2 can still divide, you have 1. Divide this to give you 35. That means x has the value of 35. This x actually means, or is telling us that there are 35 oranges in the basket. It says that a bus traveled for 120 kilometers in 2.5 hours. We are expected to calculate the average speed of the bus. This question just want to teach us the formula for finding speed. The average speed or speed is calculated by distance covered divided by time taken to cover the distance. The distance covered in this question is 120. That means write 120 kilometers. You are going to divide it by the time taken to cover such a distance. And the time was given to be 2.5. Simply use a calculator and divide 120 by 2.5. We have 120 divided by 2.5. And it's giving us 48. So this 48 is now the speed, and it's going to be in kilometers per hour. That is the speed or the average speed of the bus. We have that a pencil costs X naira while a notebook costs 4X naira. If a student spent 100 naira on pencil and 100 naira on notebook, we are asked to find A, the number of pencils he will get in terms of X. B, the number of notebook he will get in terms of X. C, if he gets 15 more pencils than notebooks, how much does a pencil cost? Question number A. From our question, we are told that a pencil costs X naira. That means with X naira, you can buy one pencil. You can represent it by X naira is equal to one pencil. Then with 100 naira, remember they said if he spent 100 naira on pencils. Then with 100 naira, you can buy 100 divided by X number of pencils. That answers question number A. Question number B is similar to question number A. They said if he spent 100 naira on notebook also, and we are asked how many number of notebooks will he get in terms of X. 4X is the cost of one notebook. 4X is the cost of one notebook. That means with 100 naira, you can buy 100 all over 4X notebooks. This answers question number B. It says if he gets 15 more pencils than notebook, how much does a pencil cost? This is the number of pencils. So if the number of pencils is 15 more than the number of notebooks, that means the number of pencils minus the number of notebooks, which is 100 all over 4x, is equal to 15. You can write 15 all over 1 to make 15 to be in fraction form. The next thing you do now is find the LCM of x and 4x. It's going to give you 4x. X divides 4x. You'll be left with 4. Times 400, it will give you 400. Bring the sign of minus. 4x divides 4x, will leave you with 1. 1 times 100 will give you 100. And is equal to 15 all over 1. $400 minus 100 will give you 300 all over 4x. To now be equal to 15 all over 1. You can cross multiply. 4x times 15 will give you 60x, because 4 times 15 is 60. It's going to be equal to 300 times 1 will give you 300. Divide both sides by 60 so as to eliminate 60 from the left-hand side of the equation. When you do that, you'll be left with only x in the left-hand side of the equation. And it's going to be 300 divided by 60. You can cancel this. 6 can cancel itself, give you 1. If 6 cancels 30, you'll be left with 5. That means x is equal to 5. And that 5 is going to be 5 naira, because they're asking for the price of 1 pencil. A table costs 5 times as much as a share. If we can buy 20 more shares than table with 40,000 naira, calculate the cost of a share. First of all, they say that a table costs 5 times more than the cost of a share. That means, for instance, if a share costs 2 naira, that means a table costs 2 times 5 naira, which is 10 naira. So let's start by saying let the cost of share or of a share be equal to, let's say, X naira. Therefore, the costs of a table, or the cost of table, since we just wrote share up there, will be 5 times the cost of the share, because they said the cost of the table is 5 times the cost of the share. That means the cost of the table is going to be 5x naira. Okay. The second question said, if we can buy 20 more shares than tables with 40,000, 20 more shares. That means with 40,000, we can buy 40,000 divided by the cost of 1 share, which is X, will give you the number of shares you can buy. Number of shares. Likewise, 40,000 divided by 5x is giving you the number of tables. So if this is the number of tables and this is the number of shares, the question said if we can buy 20 more shares than table with 40,000. If we can buy 20 more shares than table, what that sentence means is this: the number of shares minus the number of tables is equal to 20, and that is going to give us 40,000 divided by X. That is the number of shares. If you subtract 40,000 divided by 5x, which is the number of tables, is going to give you 20. In fraction form, 20 means 20 all over 1. Find the LCM of x and 5x. The LCM of 5 and 5x will give you 5x. Begin to divide out. X divide 5x will leave you with 5. 5 times 40,000 will give you 200,000. 200,000. Bring the sign of subtraction. 5x divide 5x. You'll be left with 1. 1 times 40,000 will give you 40,000. Remember, it's equal to 20 all over 1. Subtract 40,000 from 200,000, you'll be left with 160,000. It will be 160,000 divided by 5x. That will now be equal to 20 all over 1. Cross multiply now. 5x times 20 will give you 100x. And it's going to be equal to 160,000, because 160,000 times 1 will give you 160,000. Now, divide both sides by 100 so as to eliminate 100 from the coefficient of x in the left-hand side of the equation. If you do that, you'll be left with x only in the left-hand side, and in the right-hand side you have 160,000 divided by 100. 160,000 divided by 100, which is the value of x, will now be 1,600 naira. 1,600 naira. That becomes the value of 1 share. Question number 6. A man walked for 8 kilometers at s kilometer per hour. He used bicycle for 15 kilometers at 2s kilometer per hour. Calculate in terms of s. A, the time he spent walking. B, the time he spent on bicycle. C, his speed walking, assuming the time for the whole journey is 2 hours 35 seconds. First of all, they said that the man walked for 8 kilometers at s kilometers per hour. Speed is distance over time. Distance divided by time, used in covering this distance. So while the man is walking, the distance is covered was 8 kilometers. While the time or the speed he used was s kilometers. Question number A is asking us for the time he spent walking. In this formula now, make time the subject of the formula. If speed is distance all over time, that means time is going to be distance over speed. And the distance is 8 kilometers. That means we have 8 all over the speed s. That means this time spent walking is 8 all over x hours. That is question number A answered. Question number B is similar to question number A. Speed, the same speed, is distance all over time used in covering the distance. Make T the subject formula. Time is distance over speed. Distance divided by speed. With bicycle, we were told that he covered a distance of 15 kilometers. So we're going to have 15 kilometers divided by speed. And we are asked or told that his speed was 2s kilometers per hour. So 15 divided by 2s will now be the time he spent on bicycle. Time on bicycle. That should be question number B answered. Now question number C, which is the grand question in the concept. It says, you already know that this is the time for walking and this is the time for bicycle. Let me write B here, bicycle. And let me write W here, walking, so that we have enough space to continue question number C. So question number C now is asking for his speed, that assuming that his speed walking, his speed walking, assuming the time for the whole journey is 2 hours 25 minutes. So question number C now. What this means is the time he used in walking, which is 8 all over s hours, plus the time he used on bicycle, which is 15 all over 2s hours, is now equal to 2 hours 35 minutes. So we have 8 all over s plus 15 all over 2s is equal to 2 hours 35 minutes, which means 2 hours 2 whole number 35 all over 60 hours. Okay? Simplify the left hand side of the equation. Find the LCM of s and 2s. It will give you 2s. Draw a line across. S divides 2x, s will cancel s and leave you with 2. 2 times 8 will give you 16. Plus 2s divided 2x will give you 1. 1 times 15 will give you 15. It's equal to, let's simplify this fraction. 5 divides 35, 7. 5 divides 60 is 12. So we have 2 whole number 7 all over 12. Add 16 and 15. You are going to have 31. So we have 31 all over 2x is equal to, change this to an improper fraction. 12 times 2 is 24. 24 plus 7 will give you 31. So we have 31 all over 12. We can cross multiply in this level. When we cross multiply, we are going to have 2s times 31, which will give us 62s. We have 62s in the left hand side of the equation, and it's going to be equal to, let's use calculator and find 31 times 12. 31 times 12 is giving us 31 times 12. 372. So we have 372. Divide both sides by 64, by 62, sorry, so that to eliminate 62 from the coefficient of s. If you do that, you have only s in the left-hand side of the equation, and it's going to be equal to 372 now divided by 62. Use a calculator and divide out 372 divided by 62. 62 is giving us 6. That means the value of s, which is his speed walking, just as question number C asks for. His speed walking is 6 kilometers per hour. Question number 7 says, a fisherman caught 15 kilograms of fish on Saturday and 23 kilograms on Sunday. The number of fishes he caught on Sunday was twice the number he caught on Saturday, but the average mass was 1/8 kilograms less. At times, students, when they get this kind of word problems, they will get confused. In this concept, the number one thing you must do is this: try to understand the sentences, try to understand the questions, because the items you are going to sieve, which you are going to use in working, must come from the questions or must come from the sentences. So if you do not understand the sentences, you won't be able to sieve the vital information you need to do the working. It says that he caught 15 kilograms of fish on Saturday. Let's start by saying quantity on Saturday. Quantity on Saturday is 15 kilograms. That is the number of kilograms he caught on Saturday. But on Sunday he caught, that means quantity on Sunday is 23 kilograms. It didn't end there. The number of fishes he caught on Sunday was twice the number he caught on Saturday. Then this quantity he caught on Saturday, let's represent it with X, because we do not know it, but we know the mass. Then on Sunday, the question says that the quantity he caught on Sunday was twice the one he caught on Saturday. The number of fishes he caught on Sunday was twice the number he caught on Saturday. That means on Sunday, if he had caught X on Saturday, that means on Sunday he caught 2X. That is the meaning of twice the number he caught on Saturday. Let me repeat the sentence so you understand. He said the number of fishes he caught on Sunday was twice the number he caught on Saturday. That was why if it was X that was caught on Saturday, that means on Sunday it will be 2X, because it is 2X that is twice S. So that's now the average mass on Saturday is mass on Saturday is going to be the total mass caught, which is 15 kilograms, divided by quantity caught. That will give you the average mass. Then also on Sunday, the average mass on Sunday is going to be total mass caught, which is 23 kilograms, divided by the quantity, which is 2X. Now, look at this question again. The number of fishes he caught on Sunday was twice the number he caught on Saturday. That has given us the sense from where we cultivated that X was caught on Saturday and 2X was caught on Sunday. But it didn't end there. There's another sense that should be developed. But the average mass was 1/8 kilograms less. That means the mass, average mass of fish caught on Saturday minus the average mass of fish caught on Sunday is this 1/8 kilograms. That gives us the mass, or the average mass caught on Saturday, which is 5 all over X. 15 all over X. 15 all over X. If you subtract the average mass caught on Sunday, which is 23 all over 2X. 23 all over 2X. It's going to give you 1 all over 8. 1 all over 8. We have constructed our mathematical statement. Now, let's solve this equation. Find the LCM of X and 2X. The LCM of X and 2X is 2X. X divide 2X. X will cancel X and leave you with 2. 2 times 15 will give you 30. Bring down the sign of minus. 2X divide 2X is 1. 1 times 23 will give you 23. remember, is equal to 1 all over 8. Remove 23 from 30, you'll be left with 7. So we have 7 all over 2x is equal to 1 all over 8. You can cross multiply here. This does not mean centimeter, it is abbreviation for cross multiplication. 2x times 1 is 2x. Is equal to 7 times 8 will give you 56. So we have 56. Now, divide both sides by 2 so as to eliminate 2, which is the coefficient of x in the left-hand side of the equation. When you divide by 2, you'll be left with x only in the left-hand side. And in the right-hand side, you have 56 all over 2. If 2 is dividing 56, 2 divides 5 is 2. You'll be left with 1. Put 1 at the back of 6 to be 16. 2 divided 16 will give you 8. That means x is equal to 8 fishes. This shows that on Saturday, the fisher boy caught 28 fishes.